50 surprising origins of everyday objects you never knew. Ever wondered where some of the everyday objects we use come from? Today, we're diving into the surprising origins of 50 common items that you might find interesting. We'll uncover the history behind their invention and how they've evolved over time. So buckle up and get ready for a journey through time as we explore the unexpectedly rich history of the things we use every single day.
Let's be honest, no one likes a dirty mouth. Our first stop takes us back to 15th century China, where the earliest versions of the toothbrush used hog bristles attached to a bamboo handle. Before the paperclip's patent in 1899, people were already finding clever ways to wrangle their documents. Early methods involved using string or ribbon. The umbrella actually started out as a sunshade in ancient Egypt and became synonymous with rain in 16th century Europe. Buttons, from decoration to functionality. We're talking way back to the Indus Valley civilization. That's around 2800 to 1800 BC. And guess what? They weren't even used as fasteners back then, just stylish decorations. The fork has a surprisingly long and dramatic history. Used in ancient Greece, it didn't catch on in Europe until the 16th century, thanks to Italian nobility. The tea bag, a staple in many kitchens, owes its existence to a happy accident. In the early 1900s, a tea merchant sent samples in silk pouches, and some customers got confused. Scissors, from single blade to modern marvel. Those scissors in your junk drawer have a lineage stretching back to 1500 BC in ancient Egypt. Imagine socks made from animal skins. That's what people were rocking back in 300 AD, and get this, they were designed to be worn with sandals. We have Archimedes to thank for the concept of the elevator. His creation in 236 BC was a far cry from our modern marvels, powered by human or animal muscle. The light bulb, illuminating the path to innovation. Thomas Edison made it practical in 1879, but other inventors had already been tinkering with electric light for years. Nail clippers, a cut above the rest. Those handy nail clippers in your bathroom cabinet? They owe their existence to 19th century Japan, evolving from traditional nail scissors. Paper, a timeless canvas. The earliest known use dates back to 105 AD in China, crafted from mulberry bark and other fibers. Chopsticks, from cooking utensils to culinary icons. Chopsticks originated in ancient China around 1200 BC as cooking utensils before becoming dining staples. The pencil, from humble beginnings to artistic masterpieces. Before the graphite-filled pencils we use today, people were making their marks with metal or charcoal. The safety pin, a small invention with a big impact. Thank Walter Hunt for the ingenious safety pin. In 1849, he patented his idea as a secure and safe way to hold fabric together. Can you imagine life without credit cards? The first one was introduced in 1950 by Diners Club, but it was only accepted at restaurants. That aluminum soda can in your hand is a relatively recent invention, first appearing in 1959. In 1845, Stephen Perry gave the world the rubber band, initially intended for use in the rubber industry. The zipper, from shoes to spacesuits. Gideon Sunback perfected the zipper in 1913, but its early versions date back to the 19th century as shoe fasteners. Duct tape, the fix-all with a military past. Developed during World War II, it was originally called duct tape because of its waterproof fabric. Matches, a striking invention. Before John Walker invented friction matches in 1826, starting a fire was a much more laborious process. We've been using natural sponges for bathing since ancient times, but those synthetic ones in your kitchen? They're a product of the 1930s made from foam rubber. The wristwatch. a fashionable timekeeper. Contrary to popular belief, the first wristwatches were designed for women in the 16th century. Those ubiquitous Post-it notes were a happy accident. Spencer Silver invented the repositionable adhesive in 1968. The first remote control, aptly named Lazy Bones, debuted in 1950. There's a catch, though. It was tethered to the television by a long cord. Stephen Poplawski's invention of the electric blender in 1922 was all about making soda fountain drinks. Little did he know it would become a kitchen staple for everything from smoothies to soups. Long before glass mirrors became all the rage in the 16th century, people were gazing at their reflections in polished stone or metal. The bicycle's humble beginnings can be traced back to early 19th century Germany. The first version, called the dandy horse, lacked pedals. Riders had to propel themselves with their feet. Earl Tupper's airtight containers, introduced in the 1940s, were a game-changer for food storage. Thank Josephine Cochrane for liberating us from dishpan hands. She invented the first mechanical dishwasher in 1886. The couch, a staple in living rooms everywhere, has its roots in the chaise longue of 16th century France. While pasta is synonymous with Italy, its origins can be traced back to China, where it was made from wheat or rice flour. Those chewy jelly beans we love have a surprising ancestor, Turkish delight. Dating back to the 19th century, jelly beans were inspired by this sweet treat made from sugar and starch. Picture this. It's the 18th century and you're heating water for tea in a kettle made from iron or copper over an open flame. The next time you crack open a cold one, thank William Painter. He patented the first bottle opener specifically designed for crown caps in 1892. John Harvey Kellogg, the cereal king, created his breakfast flakes in the late 19th century as a health food. Hand sanitizer, a ubiquitous sight these days, was actually invented in the 1960s. However, it didn't gain widespread popularity until the 2000s. While the fidget spinner took the world by storm in 2017, it was actually invented in the 1990s as a stress relief toy. Cork stoppers have been around for centuries, harvested from the bark of the cork oak tree. The first vacuum cleaners in the 1860s were behemoths. These mechanical monsters required a horse-drawn carriage to operate. Here's a head-scratcher. Canned food was invented decades before the can opener. It wasn't until 1858 that someone finally came up with a way to easily open those sealed cans. Popcorn isn't just a modern movie snack, it's ancient. The oldest known popcorn, discovered in New Mexico, dates back a whopping 5,600 years. Saran wrap, the savior of leftovers everywhere, has a surprising wartime origin story. It was developed during World War II to protect airplane parts before making its way into our kitchens. In 1830, Edwin Beard Budding had a revolutionary idea: a machine to trim grass. His invention, the first lawnmower, was designed for large estates and changed lawn care forever. Waffles, those crispy, griddled delights, have been around for centuries. The waffle iron, used to cook them over an open fire, originated in ancient Greece. The sandwich owes its name to John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. Legend has it that he ate meat between bread so he wouldn't have to interrupt his card games. The ice cream cone was a stroke of genius born out of necessity. At the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, a vendor ran out of bowls and improvised by using a waffle to hold the ice cream. The need to protect our eyes from the sun is nothing new. The first sunglasses, made from smoky quartz, were created in ancient China. Plastic bags burst onto the scene in 1965, quickly becoming ubiquitous due to their convenience and low cost. The yoga mat, a staple in studios and homes, is a relatively recent invention, dating back to the 1980s. Its non-slip surface provided yogis with better stability and comfort during their practice.
That's a wrap! And there you have it. 50 surprising origins of everyday objects. Which one did you find the most interesting? Was it the surprising start of the tea bag or the ancient origins of popcorn? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. Until next time, keep those curiosity gears turning.